JW Crash Course. The first leg of this series is going to be specifically about Jehovah's Witnesses, so I thought I'd tell you everything you need to know to kind of be able to follow along with my ramblings. I know I will inevitably use a term that only a Jehovah's Witness, or X1 at that, would recognize, but that just nods to how isolated the organization is from the rest of the world. And I just did my first one. Organization. The organization, as it's called, is referring to the religion of JWs. You're not part of a cult, you're part of an organization. Now, before you get all huffy at me for comparing the two, please note that I'll be having a video that goes into what's defined as a cult later on. I mentioned before being separate from the world. So, the world is the term for non-witnesses, everyone and everything that does not conform to the religion's doctrines. The word worldly may also be used, like, I heard Sam was talking to that worldly kid outside of school. Staying separate from the world is a popular phrase, meaning to conform to the religion's doctrines by isolating yourself from people and media. So, Jehovah's Witnesses by official name, Jehovah Witness by most people, JWs as called by each other and some exes, and JDubs as I call them because that's what my missionary ex-sister-in-law called herself and I thought it was too funny. Missionary is not referring to a sex position, although you can probably bet it is the most popular sex position among them. I mean, come on. Have you ever met a witness? A missionary is a type of full-time preaching which... Wait. I'm gonna slow down and back it up. So, what are witnesses most known for? 2 things, maybe 3. First, they go door to door. Second, they don't celebrate holidays. Third, they don't accept blood transfusions. Someone told me last night that they thought JWs were just weird and strict Christians. Oh boy, if only that were the case. Just looking at that first point, that door-to-door Bible thumping is called the preaching work, more commonly referred to as field service. Field service is the core of the religion. Everything circles around going in field service as much as possible to help spread the good news of God's kingdom, aka the doctrine of the religion. Now, if you ask one of them, they would scoff at the implication or mention of them attempting to convert others. To them, their conversion work is actually to give people an opportunity to survive the impending Armageddon that will kill every human on Earth that is not a JW. After this, you will not only be alive, but you will also live forever in perfect conditions on a paradise Earth, along with resurrected dead people who either served Jehovah or never had the chance to know who he was. And this is where 144,000 angels, who are specifically humans turned into angels, will be God's heavenly anointed to rule over the earth with Jesus Christ for 1,000 years, and then Satan and Jesus will have a great battle, after which Jehovah God will take over and all will be kumbaya. Did you follow along? So essentially, witnesses literally believe they are doing a life-saving work as ordained by God, whose name to them is Jehovah. But I bet you hadn't sorted that one out. And if you don't receive the message favorably, then you and everyone you know will die a fiery death at the hand of Jehovah. Okay, almost there, guys. Lightning round, let's go! Meetings equal church sessions. Congregations are pretty much what it means everywhere. There can be anywhere from like 1 to 5 congregations in a hall, usually with like 50 to 150 people in a hall, where I lived anyways. Kingdom Hall is the name of the physical church. Pioneer is someone who preaches like 70 or something hours a month, completely of their own volunteered time. Special Pioneer does 130 hours, basically no worldly possessions, aka you live with someone's aunt in another country and receive a stall stipend. Stipend. It's a weird word. Auxiliary Pioneer, the less respected 30 or 50 hours a month, also of volunteered time. Watchtower, both the name of a monthly publication and the name of the organization itself, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, also known as, in my humble opinion, the evilest real estate group on the planet, but we'll save that for later. Awake, a dumbed-down version of the Watchtower meant to indoctrinate worldly people. New World Translation, the JW translation of the Bible. Circuits and districts, basically how the congregations are organized on a large scale. A talk is a sermon. Return visits. Now, if a witness has ever so much as mentioned their faith to you more than once, they may consider you a return visit, or someone to potentially be groomed to invite to a meeting. Circuit or district overseer, the guy that everyone wants to please and elders fear or kiss up to. Or both. Elders, they're dictator-like pastors who both lead and judge the congregation. They have the power to disfellowship people. And, last but not least, disfellowship. actually the most important term of all. When one has committed a transgression against the religion and a person is disfellowshipped, they are entirely shunned, unable to express themselves religiously, unable to speak to their family or friends, but also unable to make friends with non-witnesses if they ever hope to see their loved ones again. The disfellowshipped person is forced to live in a perpetual limbo of shame, regardless of their crime. And that's been your vocabulary lesson. There will be a pop quiz next week. Now, I've definitely not covered everything, but you should have an idea of the structure now. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk very soon.